What's up everybody, Michael Gardiner here, and in today's video we're going to talk about what is one of what I believe to be the best ways to get your first agency client, and that is through UpWork. Now UpWork has a lot of mixed information and in my opinion incorrect information around it, so in today's video I want to give a brief overview on who UpWork is for, the expectations you can have when using UpWork, and a little bit about using UpWork. Now, this is potentially the start to a multi-video series showing how I've generated tens of thousands of extra revenue every year from UpWork. And if you do want to hear more about that, go ahead and leave a like so I know to make more of these videos.
Drop it.
Now, go ahead and getting into it, let's talk about who UpWork is for. So the typical answer you'll hear is freelancers, beginner agency owners, and agencies selling low ticket offers. A lot of people believe that UpWork is okay for freelancing, or if you're just starting out, want to make a few dollars, or maybe if you're selling something like graphic design or YouTube editing, something generally lower ticket. However, my answer to this question is anybody with a low to mid ticket offer who's in a first world country. So this could include freelancers, new agency owners, or established agency owners. Now, if you're selling an offer that's between $1 to $3,000 a month, UpWork will likely work for you. I have seen people sell higher. I have sold higher as well, but majority of people on UpWork don't want to pay premium agency prices. So if you are selling something to say $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month, UpWork might not be the place for you. However, you can definitely sell $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 retainers or $5,000 projects on UpWork. A lot of people believe you don't, and that's just not true. So, in my opinion, one more thing I'll add is UpWork is way more competitive than other methods of outreach if you're in a third world country. Almost all of the work I get is based around me having an American profile because I'm not competing on price. When I post a job and I target India or target the Philippines, I am looking at price as one of the main things generally, and I think most people are. So this video will be most relevant if you're in the US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Western Europe. Outside of there, I just don't have enough experience. However, the people I have talked to seem to have a hard time getting out of a cycle of competing on price. So if you are someone selling a low to mid ticket offer, I sell a lot of mid ticket offers on UpWork, it is definitely worth looking into. We'll go ahead and talk about the expectations that you can expect. All right, so setting expectations when using UpWork. Whenever we're using a new outreach platform, I think one of the things that makes people think that it doesn't work or it's not good is incorrect expectations set. Now, one thing of UpWork is it's not infinitely scalable, meaning you can't just decide I'm going to apply to 1,000 jobs a day unless you offer everything under the sun, which you don't. Unlike cold email, where it is basically infinitely scalable unless your total addressable market is really small. But on UpWork, you are going to get consistent hot leads. So let's talk about it. Here's the bad things. They take 20%. The truth of it, they take 20%. But the way I think of it is like it's a referral fee, right? If you send your buddy work, he gives you 20%. It's just the nature of the game. You can always price a bit more too. It's not possible to do much filtering until you get on a sales call. With UpWork, you're not going to be able to do really specific filtering. Some of my best clients on UpWork had job posts that were like, need help with cold email. All I knew, but I had to apply and find out. It'll be significantly more difficult if you're in a third world country. I already talked about that. And you will need to develop earnings on your profile. You're not going to do well on UpWork when you have $100 or $5 earned. You're probably going to have to take some projects you don't really want initially. Maybe have your friends hire you on their accounts to get some earnings through UpWork to actually be able to compete. I think I have around $6,000 in earnings listed on my profile and 100% success score, and that definitely helps out. Another thing is many positions will be more generalized. For example, somebody who's hiring for marketing, not for Facebook ads, or for prospecting, not for cold email. Now, a lot of people would see this and just say, oh, this doesn't apply to me. I'm only going to apply to things that are perfect. However, if you're good at sales and good at convincing people that what you offer them can then bring the results they need, then you'll be fine. For example, I'll apply to jobs that need cold calling, and I'll sell them cold email, and it works. Here's the good parts about UpWork. There's a lot of good parts. For most services, they have multiple relevant job posts every day. These are warm leads handed to you. These are extremely hot prospects, extremely hot. They're going to close way higher than calls off cold email or Instagram DMs or Twitter. The competition of a niche profile in a first world country is really low. Again, if you have a generalized profile, I do everything for everybody, you're not going to do good anywhere. But if you're niche, for example, I do cold email or you do Facebook ads for e-com, that can actually be great for Upwork. You're going to do all right. And there's a lot of big businesses on Upwork that you may not otherwise reach out to. For example, there was a $20 million a year business insurance company that we ended up landing as a client on Upwork, which was insane. And you would have no idea very large because a job post says something like, need help getting sales calls for sales reps. You just don't know. Now, what can you expect with Upwork? We get around 10 to 15 clients on one of our core offers per year off Upwork. So these are our higher ticket offers into Upwork's realm. We're not selling $10,000 packages, but $1,000 to $3,000, $4,000 a month recurring work. And we spend about 400 to 500 hours on a platform per year. I have people help with this, but it's really good breakdown, especially if you have a good client value. It makes a lot of sense. We also close 2 to 3 small projects per month on a platform, such as a consulting call, anywhere from $250 to $400 an hour, script writing, anywhere from $300 to $500, or we sell lead lists that we already have in an inventory. This is ranging anywhere from $250 to $5,000. And these are really profitable. They cover the expense of how people manage Upwork for me, and they don't really take much energy of my team. And a lot of times by selling these lower ticket projects on Upwork, we then sell people larger packages after we've blown them away and built a lot of trust. So expectation setting, this is a route you can expect. You might say, well, 10 clients a year isn't very much. Well, it shouldn't be your only way to get clients. You should have multiple ways of getting clients. So it should be a lot. And especially if you're selling something where you're charging a couple thousand a month and retention 6 months, a year, whatever it may be, you can do really well off Upwork compared to how easy it is to actually manage. Now, lastly, using Upwork. Let's talk about profile, finding jobs, and application message. And these are all things that we individual videos. So again, if you want to have more content on Upwork, leave a comment, leave a like, let me know what you want to see. I'm happy to break down everything that I do. So profile, really high level here. Look at what profiles are performing best in your industry and use that as a reference. We don't want to copy them exactly, but we want to copy them in structure and add our own creative spin. You need to get your profile approved. They won't just approve anyone. If you half-ass your profile, you will not get approved, especially if you're not from a first world country. It's based on how many people are applying from a country with certain skill sets. For example, they probably don't need more Indians to do graphic design. If you're an Indian who does, let's say I'm just making this up, I don't know, coding and Python, yeah, you're probably get approved. Americans, it's pretty easy. So you need to fill out your job profile completely, entirely, everything. Job history, skills, portfolio, bio, video. Don't get obsessed on it, but you do want it filled out, especially portfolio, your bio, and your video. I find bio is pretty important. If you're having a hard time building a header for your profile, look what your competitors are doing. I keep my hourly rate at $100. I find that if I bring it above this, I have a hard time getting invited to jobs, even though I don't ever charge hourly unless it's consulting. And if I do charge hourly, it's $300 an hour currently. But this generally has not been an issue. I've never had anybody say, okay, let me hire you for $100 an hour. Because you can't really do cold email campaigns at $100 an hour to my service. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to build a lead list. It's $100 an hour. So I keep mine at $100 an hour. I'd recommend keeping it under $100 an hour if you're doing outreach because you're going to be selling retainers anyway. Another thought process is if someone's going to hire someone at $50 an hour and they expect it to take, let's say, 10 hours a week to manage something, well, that's $2,000 a month, and you can pitch a retainer at $1,500 and actually appears cheaper and are getting fixed deliverables. Next is finding jobs. I apply to every relevant job every day. So every relevant job every single day. And I also make a note here that not all the jobs I apply for are exactly what I do, but they're for people who want the same outcome I can provide, that I can sell them on my way to get to the outcome. I focus on USA specific jobs. I'm focused on whatever country you're from. There's a filter to show only jobs in your country. It's like UK only or New Zealand only. And after I finish all the USA specific jobs, I go worldwide. When I go worldwide, I do try to avoid some projects that say like budget $20, $50, because they're probably trying to hire a budget, and that's fine. I just don't want to apply for those. When you see a hiring manager, meaning the HR or business owner that posts a job with a lot of good reviews and feedback and earnings on their profile, put extra effort into them. So we put even more effort into these, occasionally, sometimes even a custom video. We want to avoid hiring managers with lower reviews. If someone has 3 stars or under, there's going to be a pain in the ass to work with, and you don't want to waste your time. Already mentioned this, but don't be too picky on job description. And as long as you're helping them hit their goals, people don't really care what the medium is. For example, if someone wants Google ads, but they really need Facebook ads, but they really just want sales. So you need to use a lot of keywords. Upwork does not have a great search engine. So for example, I use over 15 keywords related to cold email, B2B sales, copywriting, outbound prospecting. So if you do Facebook ads, you have PPC, you have paid ads, you have managed Facebook campaigns, Facebook ads, social media ads, FB ads. Use all the keywords, and it will bring up some completely different jobs. Now, lastly, application message, and this really should be its own video, so I'm just gonna touch high level. We want to look at the hiring manager reviews and find the name. So when you're applying to a job, you can see the hiring manager will have reviews, and those reviews will often say like, Michael was great to work with. Now, no one else is the first name unless they check. So I'm always looking at the reviews. Can I find the first name and putting it in? Now, if there's enough context to do personalization, you do want to use it. Like for example, if they link their website, they normally don't, or about the project, you do want to try to personalize, but normally there's not going to be enough context. It'll be like a few sentences, but you can't do personalization. If you have the opportunity to, definitely do it. Your UpWork application can be a little bit more about you than a normal cold email or any type of prospecting message, because people are like saying, why should I hire you? It's not like, do I want the service? So don't be afraid to talk a bit more about yourself. Not majority, but a bit more about yourself in a cold email where it's all about the prospect. You also want to leverage as much credibility as possible without coming off as bragging. Keep in mind, people are not going to look through everything in your profile. Some people look at your portfolio, some look at your application, some look at your bio, some look just at your video. So you want to leverage as much credibility as possible. For example, to build social proof, I have my YouTube channel linked, my testimonial page, my LinkedIn page. You're not going to get penalized for your links. This is on UpWork, so use as much things as you can to build authority as possible. Well, there you have it. That is who UpWork is for, expectations of the platform, and also a bit about how to use it. If you want to dive even deeper into my application process and how we're making tens of thousands of dollars a year on the side, in addition to all of our other outreach methods in UpWork, again, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and have a great day.